what makes it hard for people to like re-enter society, like if they did do some time that made a mistake, like what are some things that like makes it hard for people to re-enter? Because you see a lot of people like they go back to, like the same thing, the same habits that they did before they got them into that situation.
Well, first of all, you got to have the mental fortitude. You got to. It's something everybody doesn't have it, and that's why you need instrumental people in your life at times too.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just had that drive that I wanted to be free. Uh, I like to say this because while I was in the penitentiary, I did 3 stints. My last one was like 11 and a half years. I was free mentally though while I was in the
Wow.
penitentiary. Yeah, I got so dug in and knew what I had to do. I knew the situation. Look, this is what I got to do and what I got to do to get home. I already had young children, so I knew I had to dig in, and I wanted to come. I wanted to come home. I had to dig in and get into the prison life,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I had to think about my life.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I end up. I don't know how it came up on, but I just ended up being free on the inside. But at the same time, when I first came home, when you don't, because the only thing you hit is you want to be a great pillar to society. You want to, change your life and this and that. But it's all kind of obstacles thrown at you. So when I first came home from being free while locked up, I was free. Now I'm locked up mentally.
Man, that's crazy.
You understand what I'm saying?
You come home and you felt locked up at home. Inside, you felt free.
Yeah, it was mental,
Wow.
but it was the mental. It's a mind state that you bring yourself in, and it's so much. Like people don't understand when they say mental health and different things of that nature. It really affects us. You can't do 10 years in jail. You can't really do a year and not come home with some type of effect. But to do, I did 3 different stints, and the last one, little over 11. I didn't at the time. I didn't see because from the outside looking in, you don't. I looked at. I'm good. But then I start noticing little things because it was, excuse me, irritating what was going on, the obstacles in front of me. Now, you, like say this for example, I have a home. I had home I shared with someone for $85,000. Nice home. Um, I go into these apartments and they trying to rent these apartments out to you, and the apartments be bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they charging way over what somebody would pay for their mortgage, or you know what I mean. So it certain things was getting at me mentally. That was one of the things. And then once you get past that, okay, this is what I have to do.
Right.
Now you put a block in there. Now I got a felony. Now you want to check my credit and all. It's all it's
Man,
other blocks start
they
coming
keep
up
you
in
in a
there.
cycle.
So let me ask you this though. So the slavery, what is it? Is it like keeping up with the Joneses? Is it you got to be a certain person out here on the streets? I mean, like, what is
Right.
it that makes you feel entrapped versus being free in a prison? You understand what I'm saying?
Free, free in the prison. To explain a little detailed is, our I knew what I had to do. You know what I mean? And I knew what I had to do to get out. This is what I had to do to get out. I knew where I had to stand as a man while I'm here, and what I had to stand as a man to get out while I'm there. Once you go home, it's not now, especially when you like I did odd jobs and different things before, but when you're not in that lifestyle on a routine,
Mm-hmm.
I was routinely for a minute selling drugs since 18.
Right.
So, and that's my dad died when I was 17. Then by 18 I was selling drugs to try to provide for. I already had a kid, and I had brothers and sisters I had to look after.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my dad he was young. He was 33 years old. So that was a big blow and traumatizing to me that I never got over. Cause I was made aware of that just maybe a few years ago, talking to a psychiatrist on the phone, and I never thought I would do that, but I just tried it you know, and they
Yeah.
just brought up some things that brought some things out. And